Today's Praise in Peril devotional thought is God cares. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. This devotional is based on 1 Peter 5 verse 7. The year 2020 has been catastrophic worldwide, and the ripple effect has been astounding. The novel coronavirus has changed our lives drastically. Since March 2020, schools and many businesses were forced to close. This led to the loss of jobs and an increase in unemployment. The imminent disaster led to mass panic and hoarding. Supermarket shelves were barren as there was a high demand for tissue and food items. Also, there was an increase in the cost of sanitizers and antibacterial aerosols, making it almost impossible for vulnerable persons to purchase these precious items. In an effort to flatten the curve, the government imposed curfews and mandatory quarantine for some communities. All persons found in breach of these imposed laws were fined or jailed. These impositions created increased suicides, domestic abuse, and depression. The pandemic brought with it a new normal. Mask wearing became mandatory in public spaces and required to enter buildings. Handshakes became fist bumps. Funerals were prohibited, and burials only allowed for 15 people to attend. Everyone had to follow the 6 feet social distance regulations or risk contracting this terrible virus. We thought we had faced the worst, but along came the worst rainfalls, resulting in terrible flooding and infrastructural damage. Lives were lost and communities became marooned as a result of the landslides and road destruction. Amidst all of these challenges, I remain confident that God will always take care of his people. History tells us that he cushioned Jacob as he slept. History tells us that he saved Isaac from the blade of a knife. History also tells us that he watched over Joseph in Egypt and promoted him to prime minister. God protected Moses as he sailed down the crocodile-infested Nile. He fed Elijah by a brook using ravens. He cooled the Hebrew boys in the furnace. He shielded Daniel from the hungry lions. He healed the deaf and he restored the sight of the blind. He raised Jairus' daughter and called Lazarus from the dead. He released Paul and Silas from prison. I serve a God who holds the past, the present, and the future in his hands. So I stand resolute, casting all my care upon him, knowing that he will always care for me. Now this was your Praise in Peril devotional thought written by Trisane House of the Geddestown SDA Church. And I am Carla Douglas.